What? Yeah. All right. So I'm sitting in my car. It's hot. I don't have no shirt on. If you don't like it, don't watch. Uh, all right. So the Confederate flag. Why it doesn't make me angry? You know, when people walk around with it or fly the flag and all this other all this other stuff. I'll tell you why it doesn't make me angry. It has nothing to do with me believing in the flag because I don't. I hate what it stands for. I do. I'm not one of these reverse dudes. You know what I'm saying? I don't. But if I see somebody with the flag on their vehicle, I'm not going to approach them and ask them why they're flying the flag. If I see someone walk in to a restaurant that I'm in and they have that flag as a T-shirt, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna tell you why. When I mean, pretty much all my life, I had to figure out who liked me and who didn't, and you're gonna find out, or if you've already found out, that the people who are really against you hide in your midst. So when you know someone who uh, believes in the system that the South once had and how America was hewn, all these white people saying that they created, they built America. It's just like, I don't know what history you're talking about. As if black people had no hand in it whatsoever. Free labor for 400 years. Oh, white people. Oh, you're so smart. Like, get out of here with that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of nationalities that had a hand in building this nation and still do. Um, and black people, helped build this nation. So, you wouldn't have been able to do it so easy if you did not have slavery system. And then, some white people come out of their face talking about there were more white people enslaved. It's just like you're talking about indentured servitude. Indentured servitude you can work your way out of. Slavery you can't. So let's stop this right now. Not to mention all the abuse that the slaves have taken, and even all the way up until now, the jail systems. So let's cut out the indentured servitude. And then some white people have the nerve to bring up, Hitler and what Hitler did and compare that to, what happened to African Americans. And it's just like, you have to go back further and look at why Hitler did that, why Hitler had beef with those particular people and their belief system, why he did not like their belief system, why he did not like their monetary system or the way they gain their monetary gains, why he did not like their warmongering and the things that they were doing. And you wonder why America's always at war for the last 200-300 years. We're always at war because guess what? There are a certain amount of people who are in charge of the world, pretty much the economical system, and the wars that are all that everybody's finding out are fake wars. The people are dying are real, but you're finding out that those wars never had needed to be fought, and the people who are in charge are the same ones who control the facts. So when you start putting two and two together, real quick, you're like, you are the same people that, and there was a reason why you were kicked out of 109 countries. So let's you cut it out with the blacks and the Jewish people and trying to compare the two. No, 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 no. Because, the Jewish people are not in chains, over here. They didn't weren't brought over here in ships and all this other stuff. And, then there's the whole reference of the Bible, and what they're claiming is just, well, it's just not true. They're not us. They're not black. They never were black. All right. They're Russian Ascasians. But I digress. Simply because the flag itself, I know what it means. I know When somebody is wearing that flag, they want you. When they see me, they look at me, and it's one thing with them. But at least I know. See, I used to live in the South. You know, I went to school in Talladega, Alabama. I went to college there for 2 years. I worked at the Talladega racetrack. And what do you think I saw when I would go down here and direct traffic? Nothing but Confederate flags. And yes, I was scared because, I was the only black person. There was thousands and thousands of white people, but nobody called me out my name. Nobody said anything to me out of line. If I directed them in where to park, they went there, they parked, they grabbed their beer, and went and watched, Dale Earnhardt and all those guys do their thing. R.I.P. Dale Earnhardt, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart, and I'm saying all those guys do their thing. So they went and watched, the number 24 car and all that. And that was that. They didn't pay me no mind. Now, am I for the flag? Nah. I'm completely against the flag. But am I going to approach somebody and start it up with them? I'm not doing it. Because when they walked into the restaurant, they didn't know that I was going to be there. They didn't. If they came to my house with it, that's a whole different story. And that has happened. I've had some, and they were police who came to my house acting like they was going to, do something to me. And that changed everything in my whole perspective. But nobody rocking a Confederate flag has approached me and got to talking, selling wolf tickets. It has never happened. Never, not once. Any white dude that I got into it with, it was just simply we had a disagreement and we got into it. It wasn't over no, you know, they wanted to, put me in chains. It has never happened. And I'm hoping that it never will happen. Uh, yeah, so I don't get upset unless it's directed towards me because there's so many people who have that belief system. So I'm not going to be angry every time I see it. I'm just not. I'm not going to waste my energy. I'm going to be angry if I'm approached and then they get to talking crap. But I'm also not going to. I'm not going to engage in a conversation with somebody who has that on. Like I saw a woman who was going to have something done to her house. Was going to have something fixed on her, windows or whatever. And the guys who pulled up to her house, this was a black woman and her husband, and the men who pulled up at her house had a big old flag, big old Confederate flag hanging right off the back of their truck. She came outside and she said, "You know what, guys, thank you for coming, but I'm not going to need your service." And the husband said, "It's because of your flag." And she was like, "No, no, it's just I'm not going to need your service. Thank you very much." And that was that. And she went right on in the house. And she did not feel comfortable. I would not allow that on my property either. I'd be like, "No, we're not doing this, brother. No, I'm good. Thanks for coming, but nope. I'm not about to pay you and you think that I should be in chains and enslaved and, heinous things done to my family. I'm not about to, like, we're not about to be friends. We're not about to sit down and have tea. We're not doing none of that. You made it very clear. But I also appreciate the fact that you're very clear. Boom, this is how you feel about, black people. This is thank you. Because I've got my, ass kicked by black people all my life. And they know how to hate like nobody's business. And, there's like, I don't have no friends because my friends all betrayed me. I don't have no girlfriend because they all betrayed me. Uh, the black people are not very friendly towards me. They're just not. And people, I mean, even around here, they're not comfortable around me. They tell their kids don't talk to me and all this other stuff, and it's just like, what I'm saying. They do stuff that make me know that they're very uncomfortable. Um, but I mind my business and I keep going. And if they're uncomfortable, they can move because I've been living here a long time. They can move. I'm not moving until I feel like it. Um, so there's that. But yeah, I just bid them Godspeed because I can't help the way you feel. Now, do I love black people as a whole? No, no, not whatsoever. Do I love the black culture? Yes, absolutely. I love our culture. I love being black. I just hate the struggle of it within our own people. I hate that. But we were brought over here by black people. We were sold by black people. So there's a difference between the different groups of African Americans that are here. We were Jews who were sold by Africans to white people. Okay, so we are at war. Well, we were at war with these so-called Africans. And for any of you scholars to come on here and say, "Oh, that's not true," listen. If you try to belittle me, then I'm just gonna erase your comment. But if you want to have an open conversation about that, educate the people, whatever. But to my understanding, so there's different tribes that are here that are black, and we're not all for each other. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Black lives do matter, but not every black person feels that Black Lives Matter. Let's get that out in the open too. All these people going Black Lives Matter. There are people who are black who don't think Black Lives Matter. They don't. They don't. Because you have all these shootings, right, that are going on. But none of these shootings are going out and knocking off the people who oppress you. You're going and knocking off other black people and their children because it's easy, because you think they don't matter. You can just go and knock them off and there's no repercussion. But for the people who put you in chains, who put your parents and grandparents and great grandparents in chains, throw you in jail, and do all kind of heinous crimes to you, right in front of your face, come right in your house and do it. Slap you, your mama, and your woman, take your woman somewhere, bend her over, and do whatever, and we'll do it and brag about it. You won't do nothing about it. And laugh about it in court and go on vacation. And you won't do nothing to any of them. You won't do it. You won't do it. But let a black person have on a pair of shoes you like. You will send that person to Valhalla. You will end a child's life over some ridiculousness because you don't think Black Lives Matter. So you got to understand the whole Black Lives Matter movement is not just for, to stop oppression or to stop, the police brutality. That's Black Lives Matter to me is not just about police brutality. It's not. Black Lives Matter needs to be directed also to those goofy people who killed all those children. They need to go and get those people and either knock them off the face of the earth or, do something to them. But people need to know you just can't go around shooting children. You can't. There's gonna be you can't go around killing innocent kids. 10 have nothing to do with anything. 8 years old, just they just want to play and you know eat, watch SpongeBob, and go to bed. Love their parents, and you took that away. So somebody needs to take you off the planet, or you need to be incarcerated somewhere for the rest of your life. You know. So Black Lives Matter. Just to make that clear, it is not just about police brutality to me. It's it's also directed to the black people who are killing black people. I want to say that. Anyways, no.